Hello everyone, this is Wednesday and you're going to hear nature today because I'm actually right at the edge of my garage door and my garage door is open, and it's because I'm going to be playing around with some items and I'm not sure what the reaction is going to be, and I've got it on a portable cart. See, I can move it around. I don't know how level this is, but we're gonna deal with it. I'd rather be closer to the garage if I have to shove this out because this thing starts smoking or something. So first of all, I want to say hello. My name is Beth. For all of y'all that have never been here before, thank you so much for coming. For all of my subscribers or those that have come many times before, thank you for coming back. We are going to do something different today. A little bit different. I am still using the Resin mixed to mold casting powder. Right now, I just bought 2 more 5-pound buckets because right now at Michael's it is 40% off. So I actually had a $10 voucher, so I got 2 5-pound buckets. With tax and everything, it cost me $27. That was the cheapest that I have spent on it to date. So I just wanted to let you know, if you do like this stuff and you are buying it, Michael's does have a 40% off coupon right now. What I have done, and I don't know if it's going to work, like all the stuff that I do it the first time on the video. I don't try it first and then show y'all. You see it firsthand just like I do. I'm going to be using the mixed to mold white. I also have some polyurethane 10-minute cure resin. I also have something else I'm going to try, and believe it or not, this is instant coffee that I have put in some water and the alcohol and the glue mixture that I do. We're going to see how that works for coloring. And that's the only color we're going to use besides the white. Now I have taken, and it is not dry. It is still, it's not moving quite as much, but it's still wet. That is clear glue. That is some semi-precious stones that I got off of Temu, and some foil, gold foil. And that is going to be in there. Something else that you may have noticed, I did measure out the powder and the water, and on the cups, the small on the mixed to mold cup that you can buy equals to 1/4 cup of the powder, and for that it equals 3 tablespoons of water. That's for the small mold. On the medium mold, it's 1/2 cup of powder to 4 tablespoons, and I can't really move it because that cup is almost, but it's 4 tablespoons of water for the medium. For the large, it is 1 cup of powder, and I can't move this, to 6 tablespoons of water. And for the extra large mold, it is 1 1/3 cup of powder to 8 tablespoons of water. I would suggest you write this down somewhere on the Facebook group. I'm going to write it down, and I'm going to put it in the file for all of y'all that are Facebook group members. It will be in there, if not today, tomorrow. My grandbabies are coming later today. So we're going to get started on this. I do have these. I want to go ahead and mix this up. I always put my water in first. And I don't know how much I'm going to need, so we're going to go with a medium right now. And so I'm going to add that into it. And yes, because I have water in this, I'm going to have to add just a touch of more powder, but that's okay. Okay, and then we're going to add the powder, and that is not, I got those for this. But I think those are going to be too big for this cup. Okay. Now I'm not adding any other color in with this. All that water is just jiggling. Let me pick it up. Boy, I got a lot of bubbles with this right here. And it turned it a tan color, y'all. That's just instant coffee. I'm going to add a little bit more powder because of the water I already had in. It just seems so liquidy to me, but we're going to go with it. I have it all scraped. I'm going to swirl this around, see if I can't get rid of the bubbles. I'm blowing on it now, y'all. It is getting rid of the bubbles. Can you tell? Oh, it smells like a latte coffee. What are those things? What is that? I don't know what that is. Is that something? In the glass? I don't know. But they're floating to the top, so I'm going to get them out of there. No more bubbles. Swirling it around, blowing on it works. Okay, it's going to sit over here for just a minute because I want to mix up a little bit of white too. So we're going to go with this. I'm going to use a little bit of this, and yes, I'm not really following because I've already used a little bit of that and a little bit of this. So don't do as I do. I would recommend you following the measurements. But I do want a little white. And I can tell that's just a little bit too liquidy. And I hope this is level, but if it's not, it's okay. This is just a test run anyway. We're just playing and we're seeing how it's going to work out. I'm afraid that's not going to dry. I probably should have waited just for that glue to dry, because it's still, see, it's still, that's going to be the issue. I know it is. I still don't think that's good. But see, I put enough water in there for a medium, and then I didn't even put enough powder in there. It was like half of the small, so that's better. I can tell by feel. It's like the consistency of a really melted down milkshake, if that makes sense to y'all. Okay, so we have our mix to mold ready to go. Now, I'm pouring in the B of the polymer clay. No, the B of the polyurethane resin. Now this cures up really fast, so you've got to work with this really, really, really fast. And I'm mixing it up together. And yes, I am going to be mixing the two. I figured, you know, this is a 10-minute cure resin. This is a quick cure casting powder. So the two should go in very well. And I think maybe what the mistake that I am making here, and I know this going in, is that I'm not allowing the glue to dry. And I do expect that to be an issue. Okay. I want to see what it does, y'all. I want to see if it will cure. Exactly what it does. Now I also want to do it in here. And I want to put a little bit in here too, because I want to see what the reaction is between the two. So far, I don't know. Okay, I used all that. And I do not have, I don't think this is level. Oh, wow. Oh, way too much, but I didn't want that to be brown on the bottom. Okay, it's not doing anything bad, so I'm going to roll this up a little bit more, trying to get it more leveled. And I'm going to tilt this down. I'm going to bring this up so you're a little bit closer. You see what it's doing? Okay. Now, I'm going to try, because it's cold, and I don't know if that's going to affect this from drying or curing. I don't know. I'm going to be right back, though. I have a little bit of the brown left, so I wanted, this looks awfully runny. It doesn't look like it's, I followed the directions on that silly thing though, so we'll see. This may be a total flop, y'all. Who knows? I don't. I try to wipe all this off before it dries too. For me, it's easier to just wipe it down while it's still wet than to wait for it to dry. On my tools. Now I will wait for it to dry inside. And I sort of wanted to leave y'all here for a minute so you can see if there's kind of any reaction But now I am sitting here in front of an open garage door, and it's not real warm out today, so that might affect things too. I don't know. I do have my cart lined with paper towels, so okay. So I guess we're just gonna wait, which I'm not real good at. Let me spray that and clean that up. It's like it's setting on the top and it's not curing. It is not curing, y'all. I'm afraid it's too cold. I thought if I could get it a little bit thick, then I'd bring it on in closer to the light over there where I normally do it. Because I do know that heat most definitely can affect it. Is it getting thicker? Oh, it's turning white. Do you see that? Okay. Well, we've not had any flames. We've not had any. So I'm going to try to move it. Maybe it's the shimmer. And you're going with me. It's going to get dark for a minute, okay? Because we're going through the garage. And as long as the camera does not fall into this, we're going to be doing good. And I am going slow. I am trying to get over here by the heater. I am going to close the garage door. You should be seeing the light. It's probably not as good as, let me turn the heat on. Okay, let me close the garage door. Okay, well, this is going to be interesting. It is not curing though. It is still soft. But now, you know, 60 minutes. That's what it says, 60 minutes. But I'm telling you, this looks so runny. But we're going to wait the full 60 minutes, so I'm not going to be able to leave you on camera. Wish I could. But at least now we know that it's not going to smoke, and that is so over-poured right there. And yes, I'm trying to wipe this up so it's not so, you know, at least I can move this around now. You can tell where I can do this. So it's doing something, y'all. What? I don't know. And see, that's firming up, but that right there is not. It's squishy. It's really squishy. This has nothing in it but the resin, casting powder. No resin at all in there. So, you know, if this does not get hard, then we know that it was the casting powder. This is the first time I actually followed their instructions, so I don't know. I don't do good when I do that. Y'all know that. I don't know what it is with me. It seems to work for everybody else. So I'm a little confused about that, but we're gonna leave it on there. I can't put it up anymore to the light, and I apologize for that. Let me see if I can tilt the light over this way a little bit. I don't know if that will help or not. And I do have the heat going now. And it's right next to the heat. Did the light help at all? You see how? I don't think that's going to work. I wonder if I should put this on a heat mat. I do have a heat mat. I could put it on a heat mat. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll transfer it over to my heat mat, y'all. I don't know if it's plugged in. Yes, it is. Okay. And I'm going to put it on for an hour. I don't want it at that, yeah, 122 for an hour. Let's try that. Okay, I'm going to move it over to my heat mat. And I'm going to cover it up. And I will be back hopefully in an hour, and hopefully it will be firm enough to take out. I don't know, it might be goop. Keep your fingers crossed.
So you're already
okay, y'all, I'm back. It's been over an hour, and this is definitely not going to work. Now, I don't know, maybe it's the coffee, because I did nothing to this one but put the coffee in with this, and it's still wet. Ooh, as you can see, it's just wet. And that was just the casting powder with the coffee. So, but you see this one? The polyurethane hardened, but there's liquid in there, and I think it's the coffee, which is weird why the coffee would do that. But we're going to get it out of the mold so I can throw it away. Because if it's not set for an hour, after an hour, it's not going to set. And I probably need to get my gloves on because I don't know. And it still smells like coffee. Which would be great if it hardened, but it did not. So... And of course, I show you the real thing, whether it works or not. And this was definitely not one that worked. But I'm going to try it again without the coffee. Because I think if I'd done it with another color... Oh, that's wild. Okay, I don't know what that is. Oh, see, it's oozing. I really wish, yeah, see, look. That's on the inside. And it looks like the casting powder. And that's what's confusing to me. But see, then this looks like plastic. Oh, that's wild. Okay, see? I don't know. What is this? And it's almost, oh, it's going to split. Oh, it's going to split. Look at there. Look at that. Right down. Look at that. Oh, it smells straight up like coffee, y'all. And of course, you know I'm not going to throw this away, right? You know, if you've watched my videos long enough, you know I'm going to try to wipe this off. Let me get another paper towel. This is crazy. Because, okay, the white. No, that's the casting powder. Oh, that turned out pretty cool. Do you see how that with the glue? Now see? That turned out pretty cool. And the color? The color is pretty cool too. So what was it about the the coffee? Something in the coffee the casting powder does not like, because it was not the polyurethane resin that did this, because I didn't put that in the very small one. It was nothing but the casting powder with the coffee for the colorant. And you know I'm going to put this back in the tray and try something else with it. That's why I'm trying to wipe off this. Which I'm not going to be doing in this video. But I am going to of course, this is the polyurethane right here. That's the polyurethane. So let me get more paper towels. I'm getting some alcohol right here. I think I'm going to take this outside and hose it off. And we have a spigot right outside the garage. Or maybe I can see if it will dry this way, the way it is right now. Because this is, I actually like the way that it looks. And it's strong. Now this is almost like, you know how when you were a kid you played with mud pies? Okay. Well, okay, it did not work. But I'm not sure why yet. So I'm going to have to do it again without using the coffee as the colorant. Because I know it was the coffee. And I'll show you in just a minute. And I do want to get this cleaned up. And that's the glue. That is the glue that I put down. Okay, let me get another paper towel. Okay, that's good enough for right now. Now I'm going to remove this and I'm going to put another paper towel down because I've got another whole thing of goop. And I'm going to double it up because I want you to see. I may do it over this cup, actually. We'll do it over this cup. Because now, that is what I just put the brown casting powder in. And it's still liquefied. It's just liquid. And it was nothing but the casting powder. So, I don't know what that was all about. Now, the casting powder is still wet. The polyurethane formed and hardened quite nicely. But that part of it did not, which was the mixed mold. And here we go again. Broken pieces. Which you know, I'm going to do the same thing I just did. Now that's the mixed mold. So why did that part form? Yeah, see, it just gave me a whole lot more questions. Why did this part form? And that is the casting powder. But why did the other part not? But then this is the polyurethane. And the polyurethane hardened. And created some really weird texture on here. Oh, my grandbaby just pulled up. So I'm going to have to end this video. But as you can see, this will not be the last time I do this. Y'all leave in the comments what you think. And if you have any suggestions, or if you think you know why it did that, let me know. Would coffee make the casting powder not work? Alrighty. See you again real soon. Thank you so much for watching my video. As always, thumb up, notification bell, subscribe, Facebook group, link is in the description. But most of all, just thank you for coming and supporting my channel. See you again real soon. Bye-bye.